We're going to talk about SP2 and SP3 in this lesson. So we're going to look at our measures of variation. We've already looked at our measures of center that were our mean, median, and mode. Now our measures of variation are we have a lower extreme, quartile 1, also known as Q1, median, Q3 or quartile 3, and our upper extreme. So we have 5 pieces of information from our data, and we can notate those with our fingers to help us make sure that we remember all 5 pieces. The lower extreme is the smallest number in the data set. Q1 is the first quartile of data. The median is the center number. Quartile 3 is the third quartile of data. And the upper extreme is the largest number in our data set. So in our example, we're going to use the same numbers that we looked at with our measures of center. We have 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 24, 24, and 25. So my lower extreme, my smallest number is 21. I'm going to go ahead and do my upper extreme, my largest number, which is 25. And then I'm going to do my median because it's easier for me to find it first and then the outside quartiles. So I'm going to start on the outside and I'm going to work my way in, matching my pairs from outward to in. So my median is going to fall between 23 and 24, so I just add the two numbers together and divide by 2. So I get 23.5. And then for my Q1 and my Q3, I start at my median and I break my data in half again. So let's look at the first half of my data. I'm going to work my way back inside, putting a second line under each number so I fall here for my Q1. Well, since it's the same number, 22 plus 22 divided by 2 equals 22. So my Q1 will be 22. And I'll do the same on the back end of my data. I will match my numbers. And my Q3 is going to fall here. And it's going to be the same thing. I have to say 24 plus 24 divided by 2 to get 24 for my Q3. Now these 5 pieces of information are going to be important when we start building box plots because these are the pieces of information that are going to go on our box plot. If our Q1, Q3, or median would not have fallen in between a number, if it would have been an exact number, we would just use that exact number. So also it's important for us to go ahead and talk about the best measures to describe data. So when we are looking at data, if we have a number that stands far from our data, for example here, if we had a 72, we would have an outlier. That number stands away from the data set. It has more distance between it than any other numbers do. So if we have no extreme without this, the best measuring center to use is our mean. So I tell my kids a little saying, no extreme, choose mean, because it kind of rhymes a little bit. They can remember it. If you have an extreme value like the 72 added to the data set, you're going to use your median. The reason that we do that is because our mean is talking about our whole data set. And our median is only talking about the center point of the data. So this number doesn't affect the center point as much as it's going to affect the average, which is the mean.